that I dated before her, I know she would have been a good wife, beyond a shadow of a doubt. I know she would have made a good wife. I rejected her for one reason. I couldn't see myself being attracted to her for my entire life. That's cruel. Nope, that was wise. She is now married. She got married not too long after that. So I had to be honest with myself. So she fit the mold of a good wife, but she wasn't that top treasure that I was looking for.
I wouldn't suggest you marry a woman that you don't have no attraction to. So, I could definitely see where this guy is coming from. But if you're around here looking for a top jewel as far as attractiveness, if that's what your whole objective is, and bruh, you in for a big surprise.
Welcome to the pressure cooker.
Well, I think a man should have what he wants. If the top treasure is what he's looking for, then you should marry what you want. I mean, if that woman didn't suit his, level of attraction and he didn't see himself being attracted to her, then he would have messed up her life. So I understand it. It may sound, his delivery may sound bad, but he's telling the truth. Because some men would have married her because she was a good woman. But knowingly, they would have stepped out on the woman. So the man is just being honest and he being straight up. She was a good woman, but she wasn't my good woman. And you got to respect that in so many ways. You may not like his delivery of it, but I mean, it holds the truth. I always say a man should marry what he truly likes, no matter how good she is, no matter how bad she is, no matter where she come from, no matter what her background is. Marry what you as a man desire, because you got to be with her for the rest of your life.
Well, listen, you out here searching for what you want instead of what you need. You see, that's a difference. What you want ain't necessarily good for your life. A lot of times you get too caught up in the wants, and a lot of and that's why you find a lot of men marry women that, and then they want to whine about how the woman is, and how, if I could do it all over again, I'd have because you marry who you want, not what was good for you. Now, I'm not saying you can't have a little bit of want in there, but marrying what is good for you. When you ask God to send you something, you mostly need God mostly send you what you need for your life. And that's what gets you in trouble. But as I said before, I wouldn't suggest you marry a woman that you just don't have no attraction to. That's very difficult. Most men are not disciplined enough to do that. And if you, to me, and this the God honest truth, if you really be patient, you really turn yourself into a upstanding person, just person in general, and you have faith, God will send you what you want and what you need.
Well, I think that's what he was saying. He was saying, yes, she was a good woman. And the thing that people may miss in all of this because of his delivery is he knows what a good woman looks like. He says she was a good woman and she was wife material. But I didn't have the greatest attraction for her. He didn't say he didn't have any. He just wasn't as attracted to her that he needed to spend the rest of his life with her. So therefore, he was going to hold back because he knew how to identify a good woman. And he was going to wait till the good woman he identified was also a woman that he could see himself being attracted to for the rest of his life. And I don't see nothing wrong with that. He knows. So
Well,
I'm just not going to accept the first thing that comes along because she's a good woman. I'm going to find a good woman that also is eye candy. He wanted his eye candy too.
well, that's the combination that everybody is trying to put together.
Yeah. And if you're patient,
Everybody
you can
that's
have that.
everybody that's well, there's a lot of patient women out here, and a lot that they didn't turn their life over to God and say, you know what,
I'm gonna wait for
I'm
God
gonna
to
wait
send
for
me a
God to
husband.
send, and
So
you
you wait on, you gotta sit there and
you
wait.
2 years away from being 80.
That's okay.
So listen,
They
bro,
got 80-year-old people still getting
man,
married.
let me tell you, you know,
Listen, everybody ain't blessed to get it right the first time. You know, some people gonna have a few rodeos before they find that right one. So if you sit and you wait and it takes you till you 80, even if you have a year pleasure, he spared you years of bad pain. So sometimes it's good to wait for the right
shit,
one. Sometimes it's good, you know?
I guess so. I mean, you know, you just have to to me, you have to define, you know, because everybody wants that woman that's or that woman that's, you know, a supermodel.
But that's not
You want
necessarily
a
so.
supermodel and you want her to be a good woman, all that. Sometimes, you know, you have and I guess, you know, because he said attractiveness, he mentioned attractiveness,
Hmm.
and you know, I would assume he's talking about beauty.
Hmm.
But some people cannot be talking about that. They can be talking about a combination of,
Hmm.
because attractiveness to me is a combination of your spirit as well, because that don't fade with beauty, you
Well, I
know.
think in his case it was only beauty because he said the other woman was a good woman and she possessed all those good qualities. That he just did not find himself attracted to her to spend the rest of his life with. So he wanted someone that had all her qualities, but also that was pleasing to his eyes. And that was the thing. She was okay. She just wasn't the top of the line. And so he wanted to wait till she was the top of the line because he knew that's what it would take for him to be a disciplined man. He knew that. So ain't nothing wrong with that. That's knowing yourself.
And that's, you know what, that's a good point. I'm glad you brought that up. A beautiful woman ain't gonna make you disciplined, bro.
It's not.
It just ain't. And I think a lot of guys think that if I get with the perfect woman, that's not gonna make you do nothing, but you're gonna turn back into what you always was in the beginning. You have to fix that problem. You have to fix that, and you have to have some kind of boundaries and some kind of belief, some kind of, you know, something that you believe in that won't let you past your limits. And I guess that's a lack of better words.
Mhm.
It won't let you cross your boundaries.
Well, I don't think that's what he was doing. He wasn't crossing his boundaries. He identified,
I know that what he
yeah,
wasn't
what he
doing. I'm talking
considered a good
about
woman.
lot. I know
Hmm.
what he was saying, but I'm just saying, based on what you was talking about, it made me think a lot of men think that getting with a beautiful woman will make them do or be a certain way,
Hmm.
and it won't. It
Hmm.
won't. Eventually, I tell you, a lot of what I see is that some men act stupid, but then they get with the woman they really like, and the woman they really like won't cooperate. So
Hmm.
they really, really, really focus on trying to get her to cooperate. And so he'll be faithful. He'll
Hmm.
be faithful. He'll take the kids to the fair.
Hmm.
You know, he'll pay all the bills.
Hmm.
Soon as she start cooperating, then he'll start back to being who he was in the first place.
Well, yeah, that's it's a lack of discipline. That has nothing to do with the woman at all.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
So it
that's
doesn't, because, you know, and when you listen at this guy, he's talking about, well, she wasn't as attractive and that I would have wanted to be.
hmm.
Okay, all right. So we just talking about beauty,
Hmm.
and no, that's fine. You know, that's fine, and you know,
Well, he knows the characteristics of a good woman, so he wanted to find a good woman that was beautiful.
Kevin and Caprice. Let's talk relationship.